Welcome back to Design Bundle's YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Crystal, and today we are going to make our very own Easter tote. So we're working on another Easter tote here today, and this one's going to be super easy. I want this one to be versatile, so it's something that you can use to go to the grocery store and pick up your groceries, for a teacher bag, anything like that, or even for the kiddos to carry to get those Easter eggs. So something for mom and something for the kiddos. So either way you want to do this, a great item to sell, a great item to make for yourself. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a tote bag. You're going to need some HTV. So the design that I'm using is linked down below. You could definitely weld it all together and do it all one solid color. You could mix it up and do, I'm using Caesar Easy Weed. You could do their solids, or you could add in some glitter to change it up however you want. What I like to do is I just follow along with the colors that Design Bundles gave us, because they always have some really good color combos going on. So I went ahead and did that, and I got this really like baby pink here, and then I've got this is a matte gray. I do believe this one is Starcraft. This is going to be matte. It's super pretty, and this is like a periwinkle. I did my bunny, so absolutely gorgeous. So I think this color combo is going to be really cute. I've got my stuff. I've already got it cut out. I just brought the SVG right inside of Cricut Design Space and cut it out. I've got a weeding tool, and then this is going to be optional. So today I'm going to show you guys how to make a super duper easy bow in case you guys have missed it in some of my other tutorials, and we're going to attach it to the bag. So it's going to be optional whether you want to do this or not, and this is going to be like a tone on tone. So you could definitely do whatever color ribbon you wanted to. You could do fabric. So I've got some ribbon as well as a 4-inch zip tie. You could use whatever size zip tie you have on hand, or you can use wire, you could use string, whatever you'd like. Super easy. You're also going to need a pair of scissors. I forgot to show you guys as well for our ribbon. And then I've got my Cricut Easy Press today. I'm using the 6x7. I have it at 315 for 30 seconds. So we're going to be layering some HTV here. Now, another thing that you may want to do is grab yourself a parchment paper, but I'm actually just going to reuse the carrier sheets from this to protect my surface. I'll explain that here in a minute. And then I've actually got a pressing pad. So you can use a pressing pad or a towel, or use a bigger heat press if you have one, or even a little mini press if you have that as well. All right, so let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, so first things first, let's go ahead and weed our stuff here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that here. This is a super duper easy design, so everything is easy to weed out. We're just gonna get a corner here and weed. And you guys are gonna see how gorgeous is this periwinkle. Super pretty. So we've got our little bunny here, and then we're gonna get our nice gray layer right over here, and we are going to weed this as well. Now once again, this is that matte, so hopefully you guys can pick that up. You can always tell if it's matte or glossy because the carrier sheet will be matte as well. It'll have like a frosted look to it. So they press in the same way, it's just a different look. I really love the way that the matte looks. One of my favorites for adhesive as well as HTV. So this is a very beginner friendly project for you guys. It's super easy. And just a very minimal weeding to it. Easy to, line up and cut out and all of those things. So this is definitely beginner friendly, and also, intermediate or challenging, whichever way you like it. Everybody can participate in this. So I've got my hello here, and then let's go ahead and weed this one. So our little last layer here, which is not pink. And I cut all of these out at the same time. What I did was in Cricut Design Space, I put all of my mats. I just moved them all over to one mat. You could also just do it right inside of Cricut Design Space, change them all the same color. And then I just trimmed them down and put them on the mat and wherever that color needed to be, if that makes sense. Mirrored everything. And that way I didn't have to continue to load mat after mat. Everything fit on one mat. All right, so we are almost there. Just a few more pieces. These have quite big pieces to weed out as well, so it's not like a whole bunch of tiny intricate pieces. So it makes it super duper easy. Now, if you guys have a big heat press, if you actually warm up your lower platen, you can actually weed right on that lower platen, and it makes it so easy to weed. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this one and one more. All right, there we go. All right, so as you guys can see, such an easy design to work with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and line everything up, figuring out about where I want everything to go. So I'm going to go ahead and layer these pieces in. All right, so we are going to take our super duper cute bunny here. I'm going to pop it in right over here, and then I'm going to get my hello. So this is a knockout design. So the way that this is going to work is this is going to just intertwine right between those pieces. So it's not actually layering right on top of each other. It's actually going to go right in between, and I don't have that perfect right now, but just to show you. So this design is going to marry up against each other. So it's not going to layer on top. So if I wanted to do, say for example, spring in glitter and then layer this, you know, like a solid adhesive on top, it's not going to hurt anything. All right, so I think we are ready to go. So the very first thing I want to do is move this guy out of our way. We've got it lined up. I know where everything's going to go. The very first thing we need to do is pull out any sort of moisture. So once again, I've already got it 315 for 30 seconds. This is like an iron. Look at how smooth that's already ready to go. So you're just removing any sort of wrinkles and then just, you know, getting out any sort of moisture. You never want to skip this step because it could cause peeling later on because you're trapping water underneath here and you're making that adhesive not so, you know, strong. So one thing I like to do too is I'll actually move this over. I'm going to really try to iron this out because I don't want to gift this tote bag and I don't want to have to try to iron it after the fact. So if you ever get some little pieces like that, go ahead and try to handle it all at one time. All right, so we are ready to go. We've pulled out all that moisture. It doesn't take no time at all. It's around 15 seconds or so. So that is good to go. And so the very next thing I want to do, don't ever stick this directly on here after you've applied heat because this is hot. And if I stick this down, it's going to start heating up your adhesive and it can wrinkle up. So definitely just let it cool for a sec. So while it's doing that, I'm going to fold this in half. So that way now I can figure out where my center mark is. So I can line up my entire design to find that. So with a tote bag, what you want to be mindful for is this tote bag is going to unfold like so. And this is going to sit, say for example, on the floor. I'm trying to show you guys like this, okay? So you never really want to come all the way down on the bottom of your tote bag because that way it allows it to sit nicely and you can still see your design. Keeps your design off the floor, if you will. All right, so this is good. We're ready to go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pull off all of these layers except for my big pink. We're going to pop this down first. All right, now since we're working with layers, we're just going to do tack down layers, and I'm going to have to press this twice. So I'm going to do around 2 seconds or so. It does not take no time at all with Caesar Easy Weed. So I'm going to go ahead and tack down this side. So make sure and be mindful of what brand you're using because Caesar Easy Weed is definitely like 2 seconds or so. So I'm going to let it cool for just a second, and then we're going to peel because this is a hot peel. Now remember, this is not ready to be washed or used. This is just tacked down, so it's not 100% safe yet. So we're going to peel this, but we're going to put this back. So don't destroy that just yet. So unless you're going to use a parchment, then you can toss that out. Now we're ready for our next layer. So what we're going to do is we're just going to intertwine this right inside of here, and just like that. I think it looks good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this carrier sheet right here, just like so. And I'm going to go ahead and pop it down. So once again, I'm just doing around 2 seconds or so. I'm just doing a tack down. All right. We're going to let it cool for just a second and then we'll peel. And the best thing to do is work from the side that you worked first and then come this way. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this side. We'll see if everything is down yet. So let's go ahead and peel this top sheet off first. All right. And what we can always do in between layers too is we could go ahead and do this just to kind of cool it down a little bit on our, if you have like a granite countertop. All right, so now we are going to go ahead and peel. So you can see this little leg right here is not completely down, so we'll get it here in just a second. So that's why it's like a tack down. You want to be super duper careful. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and apply. Now that was StarCraft. This was this right here, Caesar, that was StarCraft. So with the StarCraft, I probably should do around 5 seconds instead of 2 seconds. Cricut is the same way. So StarCraft, I definitely would do 5-second tack down. All right, so we're just going to line our super cute bunny up here, right about there. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to come back in. I'm going to cover up this one. And then I'm going to cover up this one just to protect everything. Now, what I'm going to do this time, because my bunny, I'm going to do everything. So I'm going to do 1, 2. So I should be able to cover everything like that. So we're going to hit go. This time we're going to do the full 30 seconds. So that's what's really nice. That way you're not applying all of that extra heat to your HTV. You're able to do tack down layers. Now keep in mind, if I was working with like a holographic, that may be a cold peel. So you definitely want to cool it down before you peel it. And you may need to do a little bit of a longer tack down. So definitely just check with whatever brand you are using. And sometimes it's just trial and error. All right, so this is almost ready to move. So I think we should be able to fit everything on this side. So we're going to hold it down and give it another 30 seconds. All right, so we are about ready to go. So I should be able to peel all of this hot. So I'm going to go ahead and get all of these pieces here. And then get my last one right here. So cute. I love these colors. They are absolutely adorable. I'm really loving that gray too. It's one of my favorites. So if you don't want to, especially with it being spring, you don't want a super dark black, this gray right here is gorgeous. And I will try to link that exact gray down below. You guys should see it in the description, as well as the exact pink and periwinkle that I'm using today. All right, so now that we have our super cute canvas, so as you guys can see here with this design, this would be perfect, you know, to use all spring and carry your groceries in, or put your books in as a teacher, or carry stuff back and forth to the office. With our design right here, you can see we're going to be able to set this flat on the floor. So now with that option, if you guys were going to use this for the kiddos for Easter, I would definitely think about popping on a little bow. So let me go ahead and show you guys how easy it is to make your bow. I'm going to leave the ribbon attached, and then I'm going to go like this to figure out about how big I want. So what you're doing is you're making an awareness ribbon. So you can fold it in half here, so I can see that. And I'm going just like this. So I think this is going to be good. So I'm going to trim right here. Okay, so I know that's good enough for me. So what you're doing is you have it just like this. Your pretty side up, and actually your pretty side's down, if you will. Okay, pretty side down. And then you're going to fold it over. What you're going to make it look like is an awareness ribbon. So just like this. And you're just going to have a little bit of a little peek through here. Just like that. You guys can see. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to take your back here, pop it right behind just like so. It's so easy. And then you're going to fold it in an accordion. So you're just going to kind of get it like that and squish it. Just like that. It's so easy, right? The next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your zip tie here. You're going to go in between your fingers like so. And then we are going to just pull it around like this. So I kind of have, I'm still squeezing tight. I'm going to get this zip tie. The zip tie just makes it so easy. You could use string, whatever you have on hand, you know, floral wire, just use what you got. So I'm going to go ahead and start to squeeze this down. And just like that, you guys can see. So what I'm going to do is I don't have it tight. That way if I want to adjust and I want to pull some more out of this side, I want to pull some more of that side. Once I'm happy, I'm going to go ahead and pull that to the back, and I'm going to pull tight, just like so. And then we are going to snip off the back. There you have it. Super cute bow. So you can definitely leave your little legs like this. You can fold them over and clip the ends like this. You would just fold them in half, and then you would just clip your ends like that if you want them like that. Or you could definitely fold them in half like so, both of them together. Go at an angle. Boom. And there you go. Perfect bow. You can make hair bows with these. And if you're going to make a hair bow with this, what you can do before you close your zip tie, pop in a hair, I call them hair doilies, the little round circle hair ties, pop it in, then close it, squeeze tight, and you're going to have a hair scrunchie on the back. So super duper easy way to make hair bows. Then you could take some iron on and iron on down here as well. Just some options. So now what we're going to do is we're going to attach this up here. A few things you can do: hot glue, you could, you know, stitch it on with needle and thread, or take yourself another zip tie. Now, one more thing is you could take a little scrap piece of your ribbon like this, and you could definitely go over your center and cover that up. So if you want to cover your zip tie, and then you would just hot glue it on the back. So you can definitely do that as well. Make that as pretty as you want. Add a little diamond, jewel, whatever. I think it's fine. I'm going to leave it. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to zip tie this on. So I'm going to just get it right here on my tote bag. Go right under here, as you guys can see, and around. And then we're going to pull it to the back and pull tight, just like that. So easy, guys. All right, so here it is. How super cute is this? I love the tone on tone. Now, another thing to keep in mind, say for example, you used a big chunky 3-inch or 2.5-inch ribbon. You could come back in with a 2-inch or a 1.5-inch and layer up as many as you want to really make this so pretty. You could definitely do glitter ribbon. Once again, you could do with this with fabric, lots of different ideas, but I think it just makes it so much more cuter. Another thing you could do here is you could put a button. You could glue a button, especially if you could find, like, you know, that you could get the little character shaped buttons, cut off the back, and you could glue that down as well. Lots of different options, like I said. So I really hope you guys have enjoyed this. I hope you guys found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one.